Okay, so I'm
How are you feeling?
conflicted. I know
Excited to go back to your home.
I'm dragging my feet, Melissa, because I know where we're going. I know where we're back to, and I can't celebrate that. I thought at the end, I thought when he flew away, I thought maybe we'd be in his arms, but instead we rode a dog home. And so I'm trying to celebrate the most I can. Since we're heading back, I found this glass.
There's some flowers on it.
It's got daisies, I guess. So I'm trying to be there for Feyre, but when's she gonna be there for me? What?
You might be, yeah. Are you so excited? I'm like, okay, where do you feel the story is going to go?
Downhill. I mean, Under the Mountain was bad, but at this point, I was like, okay, even if we ended up with Tamlin, she was only had probably about 50, 60 years in her, and it would be over. Now we're immortal. We're with them forever. So to me, the nightmare has increased. Now there's no end. There's no end. But I'm definitely interested in the bargain still, because thank goodness he did that, or it would be a mess, Melissa. But we got the bargain. I want to know why he was heading out and he gave this look and disappeared. And I'm feeling like I think he figured it out.
They were ultimate friends.
Stop it, Melissa. You have to think there's no way they're ultimate friends. Like, there's a limit to friendship. I mean, my man's over here licking people's tears off, right? I got good friends, but not that good.
I don't know what you do at work.
that's true.
I'm gonna meet your coworkers the next time. They're gonna be like,
I've been sad and lost. I don't know. We'll see how this book goes.
That would be a call from HR for sure.
Someone's licking his tears again. Again? Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm excited. At least we're out of there. I'm stoked. We got our new fairy body. We beat Amarantha. I will say another big concern for me is, where did Jurian's pieces go? And
that's been a concern.
I'm hopeful. For me, I'm really hopeful. You know who I hope has it?
Who?
Reese. I hope he has it, because again, they're kind of trauma bonded, and
maybe they can talk about the things that they went through together.
He's like, wink if you agree. I feel like with Reese, it would be like that montage, like Feyre's struggling in the spring court, and it's like him and Jurian hitting it off, and he's flying him around. He can make him like a little pilot hat thing for him, so he can go with him wherever he goes. I don't know.
This is crazy. Let's get started on this, because I think we're all waiting with bated breath to see all the fun things you're going to experience in this book.
Well, the first line is, maybe I'd always been broken and dark inside. We're off to a rough start. Oh, she's like having a nightmare again. There was Ash Dagger waiting and another thing. See, this is the thing. This is why Amarantha did this. Even if she did survive, she wasn't planning on letting her, but this is going to mess her up forever. And now we're immortal. This is something she's going to have to deal with forever. My fever dreams these few last months. Oh, have we been there for a few months? This is us checking in. This is like a wellness check. This is it's been a few months of her in the spring court. I plunged the Ash Dagger in my waiting heart. Okay. Oh, that's the intro. Okay. Well, it's saying a few months, and she's still going through all this. Clearly, I know who's not helping. I know who's not getting her through this. Okay, the house. Okay, wait. So is this one broken into different parts? It's part the House of Beast. Not fitting. So we're sick. We're having a hard time. It's like a paragraph in, and he's worthless. He's just sitting there. He's asleep. I'm like, I just feel. Gotta get me out of here. Okay, yeah, it's been 3 months since Under the Mountain. 3 months of adjusting to my immortal body. Immortal strength. It's interesting, too, to learn about, because now she's new to having this body. Like how it's immortal strength, more a curse than a gift. I dented and folded every piece of... Oh, so she's crazy strong. I wonder, too... I don't know, because it was different people that gave her stuff. You know what I mean? And part of me is I don't know... you know how, Reese can read minds, Tamlin's got his dog power. They each have different stuff that they can do, and so that's why I'm I want to know like, does she get something, or did it make some? Does she have like a specialty? You know, besides denting silverware. You know, like, but I feel like if she's got super strength, I'm like curious how the transition works. Like, what else?
You got some questions?
I do. Well, I mean, because at this point,
I have no answers.
when we originally lived in the spring court, we had to like be super careful, and I feel like now we can kind of hold our own, which is really good. So if she goes out and everything, so things are grim. We're having a hard time. Old Tammy Cakes, he's sleeping, right? He didn't get up, but then she tilted her left hand over, and at least there's hope again. Whirls of dark ink coating my fingers, my wrists, my forearm, all the way to my elbow, soaking up the darkness of the room. The eye etched into the center of my palm seemed to watch me. Okay, well, more bad news. This is worse than the mountain. I hadn't heard from Reese in 3 months. I mean, we made this deal. I don't understand. I'd been here, not a whisper, but he's like watching her on the nanny cam. I hadn't dared to ask Tamlin or Lucian or anyone how to summon the High Lord of the Night Court for that tattoo. I do like that he left a mark, so it's like, hey, don't forget. But it seems like he's forgetting. She's coming around. But I hadn't felt like Rhysand's enemy the last time I had spoken to him in the hours after Amarantha's defeat. Told no one about the meeting, what he said to me. What I confess him, be glad of your human heart, Feyre. Pity those who don't feel anything at all. Is this, I need to know this. You can tell me at least this. The first 3 chapters of that first book sent me spiraling. Does she do that in every book?
I would say
because
now is a good time to consider
drinking heavily.
Calling up a therapist.
Okay, because we're back. We're going
for you.
We're suffering from like depression. We're going through all this PTSD. We're going through all of it, and then of course, why wouldn't we have the paragraph that just starts? Tamlin remained asleep as I crept back into the darkened bedroom. His body sprawled across the mattress. Whoa. But with my fate ears, sometimes I wondered if I heard his breath catch, only for a heartbeat. I never had the nerve to ask if he was awake. So he might have known, but he just didn't even say anything. He never woke up when the nightmares drive me from sleep. Never woke up when I vomited my guts at the night after night. If he knew or heard, he said nothing. So this isn't like a one and done. We've been doing this for a while. And every time we're going through problems, he's like, Melissa, I look at it differently.
I think because you're pulling from experience. A little.
You mean like real life
experience?
I remember, because full disclosure, like you had a stroke, and it was one of those things is like you didn't want to leave that person alone. You know, like, are you? I
suffered severe depression and anxiety and PTSD afterward.
Yeah.
Like that. This is like the mental, like a mental health.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this was reading it like post, like going.
I think for me, reading it post going through so much, because I literally did almost die, and having a near-death experience, I feel like reading this is actually really difficult. But I feel like you would have never left me alone when I was having, because I did. I had many times that I had to either had full PTSD episodes and like really severe depression, especially the couple months after.
It was like trying to learn the new norm to hospital.
I feel like when you go through something like that, and I think that making an excuse for Tamlin being like, oh, I think she just needed to do it her own way. You really do need somebody to be there for you. And I feel like I think for you see it as like you could never. Or at the very least, it's a really important conversation to have.
Or at the very least, ask.
Because what do you need in this moment?
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing. And like I when she was experiencing the thing when when she was curled up in a ball and breaking down, and Reese like came to see her, talk to her. Even that music, I think, might have been him as well.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things is like trying to like help her through it, because you can't take on somebody's depression or pain, but you can still be there with them. Sometimes it's just having that person there.
And it's not always easy. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like if I could definitely say that was the most difficult part of my life I've ever gone through. Yeah. And that's after having 2 children, and
because I feel like, I feel like generally, if you're
14 years,
if you're dealing with depression, generally isolation's not the best thing. And oddly enough,
I never dealt with depression prior, so I don't really know. And maybe it's different I'm sure it is different for every single person. But for me, I think that I needed you. So, I mean, I think it could be different. But when I read this, it's actually really difficult for me to read, because I feel like I'm like, oh, I got PTSD reading this.
Have you not read this?
No, I haven't read it since. So it's really interesting for me to go through. I think Sarah did actually a really great job of capturing what it is like and I'm sure that there's other people in these videos that watch that have gone through maybe something similar, or have PTSD or anxiety, depression, whatever it may be. And I feel like she wrote it so well.
Yeah, it's I like, again, I don't know if it's like a from experience thing, but like she did. I feel like where probably you're thinking like do I wake this, like you're trying to deal with it on your own, like and even
again, I don't think Tamlin is a bad person. I think that when sometimes you really don't, and I feel like I've been there, like where you don't know what to say to the person that's going through it. And you're like, I really don't know what to say right now. And I feel like that he might have been just in that type of boat where you're like, I don't know what to say to you.
I also think she paints a really interesting picture, because this whole chapter, so we're in chapter 1, the entire chapter we've only been with Feyre, which makes me feel like I think it's basically showing how isolated and alone she is. Yeah. Because the first chapter, just her, there's nothing else. Like even in the first chapter, the first book, you saw like a wolf. You saw some. Yeah. This is just her dealing with this alone. And I'm like, and it sounds like she's been doing this or trying to compensate. And you can only compensate for so long before you break down. And I feel like she's been doing this for 3 months and trying to deal with this in her own way and keep like but I feel like she's always been like that. And I think that's got to be like a hard thing. But yeah. Sure.
Interesting. That was an interesting conversation to have with you.
Well, I didn't realize that you hadn't read it.
No, I haven't read it
since you had a stroke. Like
no, yeah, and I mean, again, Feyre actually died in the book, so I can't say that I have the exact same experience as her. But as somebody who went through, I don't know if you're watching this video and you've had a similar experience where you can feel yourself dying, it really changes you as a person. I felt completely like a completely different person after going through that. And it kind of like I would say in a way, like strips away your innocence.
Yeah.
And I feel that it just changes. I don't know. It just changed. I feel like there's no really adequate
It's almost like it like describe ages you, or like you grow up in a moment kind of thing, but forced. It's not like
it's forced. And it's, I think I see the world so differently now. And I do feel like Sarah captures that really, really well. And it's interesting now to read it and then have the opinion that I have now on it. It changed a little bit. So.
I think that's
a little bit of a heavier video this time. Sorry, guys.
Well, just kind of like talking. I do feel like books are interesting too, because I feel like you can read the same book and read it 10 years later or after a life event, and you pick up different things, you experience, you feel different things, or you. And so I think this is probably one of these. I'm interested too, like even with you, like reading it. Like how you feel like going through this book, because with her dealing with stuff like this,
Yeah, it is interesting. Just like a different outlook. Okay, we can continue. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
But just kind of interesting, because I think that for you and me, having gone through something kind of similar in its own way, I do feel like I'm going to hype up Logan right now. Logan really was with me every single step of the way. And it was always every day, every moment, especially when going through those hard times. It was like, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? I can't imagine you ever sleeping through me having an experience like, and I had many, believe me, I had so many. I still get them.
I think that's the disconnect with Tamlin is like, I feel like in moments like this, these are the moments where I feel like your relationship is either going to like like get worse, or it's going to make really strengthen it. And I feel like Tamlin's wasting an opportunity to like be there and connect, like and step up a little bit. Like maybe maybe make me proud that I got my Daisy glass, but
right now not so much.
Yeah.
So. Sidetrack for just a second. Right.
Sorry. Okay. So they're both kind of going through it. He's like turning into like beast form, and like they're not working through this, like, or like they're just kind of trying to do it on their own. It was I'd broken a part of myself. Like again, the sad part of this is she, by saving Tamlin and everybody, it didn't cost Tamlin anything. It cost her something to do this. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, for me, I'm like, it's weird that people are congratulating Tamlin. I'm like, she's the hero of this story. It's not Tamlin. Tamlin had a temper tantrum. That was like, that's what he did. They like unleashed him like a child, basically. Like that's what he did. But she really, this cost her a lot of like who she was. Man, that was a sad chapter. So at this point, I'm kind of like, I thought he liked us. Maybe we blew it, Melissa. Maybe the 2 for Tamlin thing. It gave him
too much for him.
maybe that's what maybe when he said goodbye to us, he thought about it for a second, went ugh, and then got out of there. 2 for Tamlin. I don't know. 1's a nasty number, but yeah, I'm worried because it has been we've accrued a lot of time. Months. It's been 3 months plus the couple months in the mountain.
Well, he said it started after.
Oh, after. So 3 months. So I'm like, is Tamlin keeping him away? I don't think he can. I think he can just show up when he wants.